are listening to Balloon Killers. I'm your host, Chrissy Riley, and each episode I'll be talking to someone from the world of cowboy mounted shooting, which is one of the most exciting and fastest growing equestrian sports. Hold on to your hats because it's going to get western. I have been wanting to interview someone really special for Balloon Killers episode 50 because it's the big 50. And this lady has been on my list for the longest time. So I am so grateful to you for spending this little bit of time with me and that I finally get to talk to you.
You're very welcome, and I'm glad that you've asked me. Like I told you, I was like, I'm wondering when she's going to ask me. I want to do that. So thank you. Thank you for having me.
And we are at the South Carolina State Championship. We are in Pendleton, South Carolina. It's a little hot for a girl from Colorado, I'm not going to lie. I'm sweating over here. But how's it gone for you so far?
I had a good day. My horse is running really great. We're figuring some stuff out with each other, and obviously she's new to me as being my main match horse, but I ended the day with overall fast time, so I was pretty excited about that.
Whoop, whoop. That's quite the celebration.
Yes.
I started off my time here yesterday with a class win, which I was very surprised about. Today, not so good. I dropped a balloon on my first stage and couldn't recover it, but I'm glad to be here. We have a shootout tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah, do it all again tomorrow.
Yes. But it's great to be here. So I'm going to ask you sort of a selection of questions that I ask everybody, and of course we're getting attacked by mosquitoes now. And these are a lot of the questions that I ask everybody who comes on Balloon Killers, but we don't normally do it live, so this is a new experience. But my first one for you is, where are you located and which club do you shoot with?
So I am in Lynchburg, Tennessee. And right now we just have one club that does the large shoots in front of the Eastern Championship. It's CMSA of Tennessee. There is a new club called the Black Powder Bandits, and they're going to be in Rainsville, Alabama, which is not too far from us. So I'm pretty excited about that, to have more choices and closer shoots.
So anyone who is in that area, look out for that club because big things are happening there, and it's great to see the sport growing like that new clubs are coming about.
Yes, yeah, and practices in Tennessee, practices in Alabama, and getting new shooters, and it's pretty exciting.
Now, you are quite the veteran of this sport. How long have you been doing this sport, and how did you get into it?
19 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 19 years. Not as long as some, but yeah, I'm feeling pretty old these days. But how we got into it is we went to a competition one day, my husband and I, and took the kids. My dad had been talking about it, and we watched everybody shoot. And if anybody knows Kenny Ivey, his dad, Kenny Ivey Sr., was there, and they said, does anyone want to try it? And my husband said, yeah. So Darren says, yeah, I want to try it. And I was like, they're going to let us ride their horses and they're going to give us guns. And if he's going to do it, I'm going to do it. So I had never shot a gun. I never shot a gun at all.
Oh, wow.
And I got on a horse that day. They loaded. So Keith Gentry, it was his daughter's horse, Ashley Gentry. And they loaded my guns and put holsters on it. And I was scared to death because they're loaded, and I'm riding a horse. Like, I wasn't scared of riding the horse, but I was scared of the guns. And I might have shot 2 balloons out of 10, but we left there, and I said, whatever doesn't shoot at home is leaving, because we're doing this thing. I was hooked. My husband was hooked. Me probably a little bit more than him, but that's how we got started.
And that seems like a pretty common story that I'm hearing back in the day, that a lot of people just jumped on and tried it. I can't imagine doing that now.
Yes, and so we have a blended family, Darren and I. So he had brought 3 kids to the marriage. I brought 3. And so we couldn't just go buy guns. So we went to a pawn shop and put guns in layaway, and it took us about 6 months to get these guns out of layaway. And once we did, then we started training all of our horses and went to our first shoot.
And look at you now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think the first major I went to was Vegas of last year. And you won one of the showcases there. And I think I've been to every major since then. And you've won a showcase at every major. So you've really come quite a long way.
Yes, because I can tell you, I spent a lot of time not winning any showcases. It took me a really long time to win my first eliminator. And when I did, everyone's like, well, it's not that big of a deal. No, I had never won one prior to that time. And it took me a long time to do it. So yeah, I truly enjoy it, and I've done it on a lot of different horses. So
those of you out there who are wondering when it's going to happen for you, or if it's ever going to happen for you, here is a story of hope that you just got to keep working at it and doing it, and eventually it will happen for you.
Absolutely. There is no magic timing other than a lot of hard work, a lot of practice, a lot of mental readiness, and the moon, star, sun, and everything needs to align too.
Yeah, I'm feeling that one today.
Yes, yeah, it all has to work together.
Yeah. So you said that you didn't have much experience with guns, or any experience with guns, but what about your experience with horses before you got into mounted shooting?
So I grew up on a horse farm, and we had boarders, and then my dad bought and sold horses. So I literally grew up on the back of a horse doing something. Barrel racing. I did a lot of barrel racing. I got into hunter jumpers and dressage, and I did that for several years when I was younger. And I didn't realize that was laying the foundation for the rest of my education in my horse world and training. I didn't love it. I liked it. I didn't like the atmosphere so much.
Yeah.
So I did that. I rode reiners for about 10 years. And when I was 16, I got a job at a thoroughbred racetrack, because I grew up by a racetrack, Thistledown in Ohio. And I started out as a hot walker, and then a groom, and then an exercise rider. And that also taught me a lot about horses and just general care and leg stuff and things like that. So I've done a lot of different things, and I think it's all laid the groundwork to help me train my shooting horses.
Now, this is a question that a lot of people have the same answer, so I'm really curious about your answer. What is it that you love about the sport?
Yeah, this is going to be a rerun because everybody says it. But when you come into this sport, it's the people. It is absolutely the people. I've done a bunch of different sports or things with horses, and there is, in general, consensus across the board. The people and the helpfulness, and you break a gun, or your gun doesn't work, or you do something. When you come out of the pen, you've got 10 people standing there saying, do you need this, do you need that? And I knew this was probably going to come up, but what I'm going to say is, with the tragedy that I had in March with my stud, the amount of love and support that I received from the mounted shooting community, I wouldn't have got through it without them. And I am so very grateful and thankful for that. And I just didn't know. That they knew Bucket, and people reached out to me that I may have helped years ago, and that was just heartwarming. So, and besides that, so the people, but I like that rush and the adrenaline.
Yeah.
There's just nothing compares, nothing at all.
Yeah, I can speak for the people this week too. I've come to a new place, like a totally different place, quite across the country, 20-something hours drive, and everyone here has just been so kind, so welcoming. Everyone wants to help, and also Dee Chapman, I have to shout her out. I said, Dee, what are you doing next weekend? Is there any chance that I could tag along? And Dee was, she opened her doors for me, and she said, yep, come along, I've got space, I'd love to have you. So everyone is just so friendly, for sure.
Yes.
What is your day job? And how does that work either with or against mounted shooting? Because mine's working against me quite a lot right now.
So I am a licensed human massage therapist, and I've kind of slacked and slowed down with that. But I do take horses in for training. I don't break horses for outside people anymore. We break our own horses, but we start horses shooting. So I do that. I also do rehab on horses, so Magna Wave, tuning forks, class 4 laser. I do hair analysis for horses.
I've heard about this week.
Yes.
In fact, I've heard about it from 4 different people who have recommended that I come to you. Please tell me more about this.
So hair analysis checks for the weaknesses and imbalances in the horse's body systems. So it can be the organs, the muscles, the cranial nerves, and what you can do to support that horse's body. So as people, what do? You know, you go to the doctor and they give you this medication, that medication, but there are naturopaths, right? So if your body, God made us that way for a reason. So give your body what it needs to help bring your body back into homeostasis. Well, we can do the same thing for horses. If we give them the natural herbs and plants that they used to be able to go search and get what they needed, we've ruined that. So then it's matched to what the horse needs, and it helps their body become back in balance.
I'm pretty excited about this because for those of you who listen to Balloon Killers, I have the wonderful Mr. Bear. He is a little paint horse who I've been bringing on for the past year. And there's some weird stuff happening with him. And so that's why everyone's been recommending you, because they say you have to speak to Dianne, because it's something that is just really hard to figure out what the problem is. He's just kind of crabby.
Right.
So it sounds like there might be an imbalance, and I think I'll be looking you up.
Yes. It's a really interesting tool. And just like athletes, the horses need chiropractors. They need massage therapists. They need vets. And this is just another way to help your horse. They are athletes and they need help going down the road. I mean, there are other things that, stress and hauling and what we do with them. I mean, we ask a lot of them.
Yeah.
And we need to help them be the best that they can be.
Absolutely. Now, you are a Southern girl, and I would love to hear, what's your favorite shoot, and is it a Southern shoot?
Well, funny you should say that. I grew up in Ohio. I grew up in Ohio, and I moved to Tennessee. My dad was born and raised in Tennessee, and I spent my summers with my grandparents, and I always said I was going to move back. Well, my dad ended up moving back, and I eventually made it when I was a single mom with 3 kids, and I moved back. And about a year and a half after moving, that's when I met Darren. So I have been back in Tennessee for about 22, 23 years. Mm-hmm. So to answer your question about what's my favorite shoot, Vegas. I love it.
It's a common one.
I love it. Probably because of the spa.
Yeah.
I do get a massage every time I go.
Good to know.
Yes, I do go to the spa because that's not something that, I work on people and I work on horses, and I usually drive out there, and it's a 4-day drive. And so, I do relax. I like staying in the hotel. I love being in the air conditioner and never leaving.
Yeah.
And there's just all the amenities there. It's a fun shoot. It's Darren's least favorite, but that's my favorite shoot.
Yeah, staying in that bubble, you never really have to leave. And then there's the buffet. Let's not talk about the buffet because I'm pretty hungry right now.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
So I've seen many of your wins since I started following you, but tell us about your favorite win.
I've had a lot, and I've had success with a lot of different horses that I've raised, broke, and trained. But my very favorite win is something I didn't know at the time was going to be my last great win. But last February, when I won the overall at Winners on Bucket, it was my favorite, and I will always cherish it. Just his memory and all of that, and I didn't know it would be my last, my last time that I would win, an overall. That was my first major overall on him. And my last.
And I think for a lot of us, that's also our memory too. That's certainly the memory that I have of Bucket also.
Yeah.
How about a favourite pattern? And if you do have a favourite pattern or a type of pattern, do you have any tips for this pattern?
I like a lot of them, but one of my favorite patterns is the dice, the one that they call the dice.
I love that one.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's challenging. I normally go in. I used to going to the right, the first set of dice going to a right turn, but I like having my first turn be to the left, and your second shot is a long shot. And I just like being able to just fly through the last 5 and just keep on going and run home.
So you do the bottom and then the top?
Yes. Yeah. And, there are some people that think it's faster going to the top, but there's just so many variables when you come back to the second one. And, everybody can do it how they want. It doesn't matter which one, but that's just how I run it, and that's how I like it.
Yeah, I don't see that one very often. I don't see that one often enough.
No. I'd like to have it at every shoot.
Yeah, I need to put a plug in for that one.
Yeah.
Who or what has been instrumental in your success? And that could be people, it could be horses.
Well, I've had a lot of great horses, and I'm grateful for every one of them because I've built on that. I have had, I think I've won majors and overall and reserves on 8 different horses in my career. And as you know, like a lot of times people ride the same horse for a really long time, and that's how you become successful, because you learn each other's moves. And so I've started over quite a few times with horses, and I really didn't want to do that again, but here I am. So I have to say my husband, for one, because he puts up with my crazy horse fanatics. I mean, I think I probably bleed little horses. So I live it and breathe it, and he supports that. So I have to say that. And I have a friend that has literally gone through my professional career with the shooting, but also my personal life. And no matter what, she's always there, and she's always praying for me. She's always there. As far as the turning point in the shooting, it's Kenda. And it's funny because I was afraid to talk to her. Completely afraid. My husband, if anybody's met my husband, they know Dianne Lipham, you know that he's not afraid to talk to anyone at any time. And so he knew this about me, and I look over at a shoot, and he's sitting down with her, talking to her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to ask him a question. I don't want to go over there. I'm afraid to talk to her. Well, funny thing is, she's like the rest of us. She's really, really cool lady. So I went over, and I ended up having back surgery. And when I had back surgery, I was, I think, a 2 at the time. And when I came back from back surgery, I kind of was in a rut. And when I say I was in a rut, this sport brings you to your knees. It's very humbling. It doesn't matter what discipline you come from. Everybody has to go through the same thing. And I'm not a quitter. But there was a shoot that I ended up in the trailer crying my eyes out in the fetal position, acting like a poor sport and a sore loser, and I can't do this. And, I was never allowed to say can't growing up. But I had hit a brick wall. And Kenda, I took a clinic. It was a private clinic with Kenda and Dan Bird. And after that, it just started happening. She helped me break the wall down, brick by brick. And to this day, we've had some, I rode her futurity horse for her when she broke her leg. She rode Boots. I don't know if you read the article, but she rode my daughter's horse and literally won overall on him. And so, we both have helped each other out, and I could call her at any time, and I know she would help me. I've had some great sponsors also. Get a Grip, and I thank you.
Yes.
I love my grips.
I love mine too.
Yeah, I love my grips. They're amazing. Stagecoach West, Equine patches, another product for the horses. So, yeah.
And you have all that fancy tack too. That beautiful tack that I'm always admiring.
Okay, so Rockin' Wilson's, Kaylee Wilson. So she shot a while ago. She does a lot of stuff for barrel racing in the barrel racing world. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to tell you, like, her tack, I abuse it. I completely abuse it. And I ride a lot of horses, and I use it, on my everyday horses. The durability, and she can make you anything.
It's fancy, people. It's really fancy.
It's fancy, and it's not overpriced mm-hmm. for the quality and the craftsmanship and how. So, yeah, she's a cool lady. And it's funny because Riding High USA Custom Leather that mm-hmm. does the chinks, mm-hmm. I wanted red. I decided I wanted to do red, and I called Kaylee, and she goes, "You don't do red." I said, "I'm going to do red because I'm always purple and cheetah." So those two sent swatches to me, and they matched it up. And that's how I got my chinks and my tack set.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And you always look so beautiful when you're running.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, we're about in the middle of 2026 now, but what are you excited about for the rest of the year?
I've been trying to do a reset, and I normally have goals, short-term, long-term, and I'm starting to get excited about things, but it's really hard to regroup after this. And all I know is, I don't know if you've seen any of my t-shirts that I've been wearing, but it's a veteran-owned company, and it not all the proceeds, some of the proceeds go to help veterans and PTSD. So Keep Moving Forward was the one I wore today, and on the back, don't let the hard days win. So, like, what I'm focused on now is moving.
Just 1 minute.
Yeah, it's just trying to move forward, one step in front of the other, and just keep shooting. So that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm getting excited about the horse that I'm riding now, especially after today having the fast time. Like, I'm missing him, but I'm seeing glimpses of hope with her. I rode a 4-year-old today that has been really, really tough.
I saw that.
Yeah, she's been tough. So she is out of a mare that I won a lot on, and that mare was also tough. So I didn't die today, and I'm pretty excited about her. Yeah.
Well, we have to move. We have to go. Thank you, Dianne. We're about to get run over by the water truck. But
oh, wow. Okay.
It was so good to chat with you. Thank you so much for your time.